So, you want a home server, hey? You have come to the right video. In this series, you will not only set up your server successfully and get it running perfectly, but also learn about the uses of it. Why we choose certain things and the benefit of having a home server. You may ask, what is a home server? I'll slowly explain everything as I open this Mac Mini up, clean it and replace the drive in it. So, a home server is basically just a computer that stays on 24/7 and does things for you in the background. It can be your personal Netflix, your own Google Drive, your, oh my god, this is filthy, automatic backup machine for all types of data, ad blocker all across your home, or even a smart home hub for your house. And do you know the best part about a home server? Your data is locally stored in your own server in your house and not on someone else's server. We'll be using CasaOS for this entire series. You may ask, what is a CasaOS and why CasaOS? I choose CasaOS because it's not powerful, but simply because it's simple and user-friendly. It has a web-based dashboard that you can access from any device across your network, and it has apps that you can install from an app store provided, just like in your phone. You don't need to be a Linux pro to use it, which makes it perfect for our use case here, a beginner-friendly home server. Now, what will this server do? On this server, we are going to stream movies, store our files, access everything remotely, and block ads throughout your house. Okay, this is a little tricky. And I'll break things down for you throughout the series so that you don't need to break your head trying to set up a home server. Today, I'll be using Debian. You may ask, Debian, what is Debian? Debian is basically just a distribution or a distro of Linux OS. If Linux OS is the OS we are using, then what is CasaOS? Debian is the real operating system, just like our friend Windows or Mac OS. It is a base of software for our home server. Think of it like this. Debian is the house, CasaOS is the furniture and the switches inside the house. I think this Mac Mini can have a video of its own, having a full teardown and full cleaning process, maybe for another day.
A few inches later.
Okay, we are done with the cleaning. Enough yapping, we'll go into the installation of Debian now. So now we go to the flashing process. Over here, we need two websites open, the Debian website and the Bellina Etcher website. Bellina Etcher is technically just a flashing software that flashes our OS into the flash drive so that it makes it bootable, so that we can use it to install Debian in our server. So here there are many options we can choose from, and today we are going to be choosing AMD 64 because that's the CPU architecture of our Mac Mini here. We'll copy the link address and go to Bellina Etcher and enter our URL and click OK. Wait, let it authenticate with the servers, and now select the target. Target will be our USB drive, which I'll plug right in now. We'll select media. This is the USB drive I just inserted. Select and flash. Now what this will do is it will simultaneously download the ISO and as well as flash it at the same time. So we'll give it a good 5 minutes, go drink some coffee, tea or water and come right back. So this is our setup here. I've got connected the USB drive and the keyboard and the mouse and the power and the Ethernet. So now I'll start it and hold Alt. Holding Alt is for the Mac feature. You don't need to hold Alt. And that's the white screen that you will get. So over here, choose EFI boot. Over here, you need to choose the graphical install option and wait for it to do its thing. Over here, choose your language and choose your country. And over here, choose how you connect to the internet. Always prefer Ethernet over Wi-Fi. So now it will ask for the host name. We'll just give it whatever you need and enter or continue, and the domain name. You can give whatever you want. I'm gonna give. So then you need root password and re-enter it. If you don't want a root user and want the default user to be the root user, just click continue without setting anything. Here you give the name for your user. This is gonna be Muxi for me, and the username for your account is gonna be your whatever username you need, and enter and give a password for it. Now let it all do it, and select your clock. It will most probably do it automatically, but in case if it asks, select the right thing. Here use the largest continuous free space or use the entire disk. Entire disk is the best thing. Click use the entire disk and select your drive. Mine is gonna be the 320 GB Hitachi drive, and all files in one partition. Here finish partitioning and write yes. Warning, this will erase all the data and destroy any partitions that you have stored in the drive, so be sure before installing. And this will install the first half of the operating system. Then we'll have to choose the additional components that we need. Over here it says the system might anonymously supply the distribution developers with statistics, so you can go with no. I'm going with no and let it continue. Over here is the most important part. You don't need the Debian desktop environment. Unselect that. We don't need Gino. Mainly you need the SSH server. So with that, continue. Let that run. It will finish pretty soon. So after the installation finishes, you will be greeted with this screen to continue to reboot. Click continue. Make sure to plug out your USB drive after it reboots. So as soon as the OS boots up, you will be greeted with the login screen. Here you have to enter your credentials. So my username was Muxi and my password was, you cannot see your password here. You keep in mind that, don't think that your password is not being entered. So you will be greeted by this. You have to first update all the packages. You can do that by entering sudo apt update and enter your sudo password again. Now let this do its thing. Now that all the packages are up to date, now we need to install curl. We can do that by sudo apt install curl. Enter Y for yes. Now that curl has installed, I used clear command to clear all those that popped up here. Now we have a blank screen. Now we can install CasaOS. So for installing CasaOS, it's a pretty simple command. It's just curl and finally after 10 minutes CasaOS is done installing. The IP address is given here. For now this can only be accessed locally in your network, but if you want to remotely access it from anywhere in the world, stay tuned for the upcoming videos in this series. For now the display is not needed for this server and the server can go fully headless. Now I'm switching the display to my main Mac. And now I'm moving to my main PC. Here open your preferred web browser and go to the IP address that was listed there. You will be greeted with a welcome to CasaOS screen. Finish your setup here. Set your desired username. This doesn't have to be the same one that you entered for the Debian setup. Now enter your credentials again. And here, this is your CasaOS finally installed. This is how simple home servers can be. Here are the files. You can access all the files from here. And there is the App Store. There are over 100 apps that you can download, 100 Docker apps. And here you have the system controls. You can change the wallpaper, the web UI port, and you can update the CasaOS whenever a new update comes out. You can restart or shut down just with a click. No commands required here. And if you want commands, you can go to the terminal and log in with your SSH credentials and connect here. Today we covered many topics such as what is a home server, its uses, and made a dive into Debian and CasaOS. Then we finally installed Debian with CasaOS and got web interface running smoothly. That wraps it up for today. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll teach you about many Docker apps and mainly about domains and Cloudflare. If you liked today's episode, consider subscribing and smash the like button.